Sorry, I got to dry clean my clothes. Okay. Yeah, all right. All right, Marissa, hit me.
Natalie, just how good of a response was this after the Dallas game to come out and not only win, but to lock down on Caitlin so much to have the defensive effort that you did?
That's what I was looking for. Maximum effort, 80 possessions, we talked about it. But on top of that, well, to be honest, our first half wasn't great. I had to get on them. I think they had 44 at half. That's way too many points for that team. So I didn't really like the first half. And then we went over a couple of coverages that we were giving up layups, backdoor cuts, easy just turnaround on Aaliyah Boston. So we just had to make corrections, make some adjustments. Much happier with the effort and the rebounding. Yeah.
LA had 4 block shots, 10 points, just felt like she was really aggressive, especially in the second half. What did you just see from her, and what did you like from her performance today?
That last offensive board, I thought that was key. I thought that really closed the game. So, again, she has that, like, Kobe mentality face. Like, she never smiles throughout the game. So I just love that killer instinct that she brings every single game. Yeah.
Natalie, if I can follow up on LA, she got cut. You know, it was a tough cut for you guys.
Yeah.
To have her stay ready, come back, fit right back in.
Yeah.
I mean, how much does that mean? What does that tell you about her?
She's very mature, and she's a true pro, right? A lot of people, a lot of people would probably get down, get disappointed, but she hung with it. She continued, like you said, she continued to work out. She stayed in shape, and then that's hard, right? How do you manage that just on your own? So just credit to her. But yeah, the best thing about LA is, like, you can draw her play, boom, she'll execute it. No, she just plays with no fear, and that's what I love about her.
Quick follow-up, 45 bench points. What does that tell you about your team?
Our team just stays ready, but I think it's, again, credit to, like, our coaching staff. Like, they do so much off-the-court stuff behind the scenes that you guys will never see. You guys don't know how many texts they send, how much video they send, how much just love and support that sometimes they just need in terms of positive texts. So, again, credit to my coaching staff, but credit to the players that just stay ready and want to work extra. They're not just working, they work extra. So just credit to Chloe, our whole bench, LA, Tip is, she's not really our bench, but Tip and Kate. Kate went out there and balled her ass off. Yeah.
Tip seemed to really embrace the challenge of taking on Caitlin in the fourth quarter defensively. I was wondering, aside from her tenacity, what are some traits that Tip has that allowed her to be an effective defender on Clark in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, we saw that. I saw that matchup last year, so we knew it was something like we could go to. So she has a lot of reps, with the one-on-one matchup. Tip is quick. She's one of the quickest players that I've been around, so we kind of understand, too, not just the physicality we can put on Caitlin, but just the quickness, because sometimes quicker guards bother people's handles. So just, again, high IQ from Tip, and then Tip is just fearless. She wanted the moment. She wanted the ball at the end, and, yeah, she closed it for us. Yeah.
Your players didn't really want to answer specifically, but can you just say what the general idea was on Caitlin? Was it blitz the pick and roll, essentially?
I mean, you guys, saw what we're doing, right? But like I said, just to the prior press conference before was we were being disruptive. We know that she doesn't like physicality, right? We know that she wants to get to that left step back. I mean, to me, all the times, I watched her in Iowa. So she loves that left step back. It's like almost like a layup for her. So again, we're just making sure that she wasn't getting into rhythm and then that she was just seeing multiple bodies. Yeah.
Natalie, pregame, you called this crowd your superpower.
Yeah.
How much did you just take advantage of that superpower tonight?
Yes, they were screaming. When they saw the screen a couple times, and maybe the call didn't go our way, they reacted. Those are the type of moments that we really need. You know what I mean? Because it does affect. It does. It puts pressure a little bit on, the refs, and it just kind of gives us that home court advantage that we're looking for. So yes, I definitely think our fans were the superpower tonight. Yep.
Natalie, each time they made even a small threat there in the fourth quarter, it seemed like your team either got an offensive rebound that led to another basket or a key three, or moved the ball or got a steal. I mean, what did all those little things do that you had an answer every time they maybe could have grabbed some momentum?
Yeah, we keep talking about, like, we want to be the best defensive team. Right? We hang our hats on the defensive end. And so, again, in the first half, we were like, that ain't our best. So we wanted to make sure they saw our best. So again, anything in terms of disruption, physicality, and finishing with a rebound, and that's what you saw tonight, is everyone connected, everyone contributing, and everyone just exhausting their minutes.
And did you know that you had, I mean, you have this depth, but you've been mixing and matching with some women gone overseas right now. I mean,
Yeah.
did you realize that your roster could go down this far with so many people doing, making contributions?
Yeah. Again, credit to Ohema, our GM, and Vanya. Like, this is what we saw in training camp. I don't know. You guys you guys weren't allowed to watch training camp, but we saw this in training camp. So we knew, even the camaraderie that we built. It wasn't just the on-court philosophy, offense and defense. It was the connectivity, the friendships, them enjoying, like, having fun, dancing. All of that stuff matters. You know what I mean? Because it just brings them together in high moments and low moments. I mean, I saw KT just go at people, but they knew that's like that family feel of, like, sometimes you just got to yell at a teammate, quick response, and then, we're doing it together.
To follow up on the crowd,
Yeah.
did you kind of sense that it was like a playoff intensity and just the energy was just, a little bit more just because Caitlin was in the building?
Oh, I just think that's what our crowd is continuing to build, I think. I think they're continuing to build what they really love, and it's just great basketball. That's what you saw tonight. 2 great teams, a lot of talent on the floor, and, again, playing with a lot of passion. So I think our crowd is just actually still learning when to scream, when to yell, and they're just doing it at the right times, and so we just really appreciate them. Like I said, they are our superpower.
What made this a good matchup for Chloe to kind of break out the way she did? She was shooting threes, getting to the rim, making defensive plays. Like, what stood out to you about her?
Yeah, I mean, we put her in a couple actions that she enjoys, like getting into her 3. So once we saw that, again in training camp, we saw this a while ago in training camp. So we just made sure that she was able to get to her spots, just depending on if whoever was guarding her, a 5, a 4. If they're in coverage, then we knew the pop was going to be there. Yeah.
Allie.
Yep.
Aaliyah looked like she was going to be a big problem for you guys, particularly in that first half, and then less of a problem in the second half.
Yeah.
Was that an adjustment? Was that more bodies?
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are a little bit, you've got bigs, but, she's a tough matchup inside.
Yeah, we adjusted it. We were guarding her not the right way, but I understand, like, when you're hyper and you're excited, and they were rolling into certain actions or she was ducking in, then we're getting on top, and so we adjusted it. And our low man was there ready and early. So we were late, we were getting backdoor cut, we were giving up layups, and again, that's like not what we wanted because they're the top team in paint points. So we made an adjustment. Yeah.
Natalie, you mentioned, how deadly Caitlin can be on the left step back. How happy were you that the double step back got called to travel and they didn't let her get to that?
Yeah, that's a great call, right? I mean, yeah, it was it was actually on the other side, so I actually didn't see it. All I saw was like Tip just go like this, and so I'm like, must have been a great defensive stop. So again, credit to Tip. She understood how to maneuver her and get her to travel.
For sure. And then more specifically, you spoke to the depth, but you guys had pretty evenly distributed minutes across all the players that played, more so than they did. Did you know that, chasing around Caitlin, you were going to have to sub more players, or is this just the strength of your depth that came through today?
Yeah, we knew, like I said, we recovered from that last game in Dallas. Like I think I said recovery like 18 times. So credit to like our medical, just getting them fresh today. That's what I saw. And even on the bench, I saw fresh people ready to go. So again, multiple people helps, but then also playing the right way helps. So that's what you saw tonight. Yeah.
Hey, Natalie. You guys got back in the game in the third quarter with 7 steals in that third quarter. Do you feel like at this point in the season, your defense is something you guys can lean on when maybe the offense isn't there?
If it stays consistent. And that's probably one of the hardest things right now for me, managing consistency. Like I said, do I practice, an hour? Do I practice 90? Like, again, I have to figure out what's the best, especially managing flights and things. We have 3 games, I think, coming up in 6 days. So I really have to be very intentional,
Yeah, Kayla just said that you got 12 dogs, 12 really tough players. Did you know that when you were assembling the roster? Did you know that? When did you first realize these are really 12 tough people?
Yeah, when me, Vanya, and Ohema were watching a ton of film, we knew we call them killers. Kayla likes to say dogs. I call them killers. Yeah, we knew. you could see like the way they play, like from even last season, like you have players that dive after the ball, or you have players that take charges, or they crash for rebounds. Like those are the players to me that are always going to get you extra possessions because they're willing to sacrifice their body. They're in really, really good shape. They take care of themselves off the court. They eat well, they sleep well. Like all those things, all those intangibles, you could tell that they do because they play so hard. So, yeah, we knew I had 12 dogs. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, thanks you guys. Appreciate it.